Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and now here I am to finish off the Harry Potter movie reviews with review 4, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. So what can I say? This was a great film. I would probably say this is the best Harry Potter movie. I mean, this one is. I would say that this is probably my favorite one, and I would definitely say that this is also the best one. I mean, yeah, it basically has everything that people wanted to see after what part one was leading to. I mean, it had just the battles, the Harry, Ron, Hermione returning to Hogwarts, final duel with Voldemort, or yeah, just yeah, this film just basically had it all. Everything that it needed to have and everything that just made this film just probably not perfect, but probably as like as great as they could get it. I mean, yeah, this was just a really awesome movie. I mean, yeah, this movie it is like definitely it is like the shortest Harry Potter movie. It's like if you count out the credits, that it's like less than 2 hours. But I mean, it really like yeah, and it really seems to pass by really fast. Like it doesn't even feel like it goes that long. I mean, you just like it keeps you entertained, and it just passes the time through, and it doesn't even feel like you're watching this for 2 hours. I mean, yeah, it's just like a really well paced film. It has great battle scenes in it. And I mean, it basically has just a battle between good and evil with like the Hogwarts community versus Voldemort and the Death Eaters. I mean, yeah, and yeah, the film basically just like continues like right where part one left off. So, yeah, this like treated as like one full story from like part one and two. I mean, yeah, you could probably like it would be pretty long, but you could probably just like tie the two parts together into one film, and it would be like just fine. Fine, because I mean, yeah, this film just like continues and like right where part one left off. As I said, I mean, you could have just like ended part one with "to be continued," and then yeah, it just like that's how it feels. I mean, it just like basically he starts off right where part one left off, and you definitely have like a lot more of the important stuff in this film than was in part one. I mean, part one it was basically like just like kind of leading to the events that would happen in this film. Like part one really didn't have like that much important stuff in it. And like a lot of the important stuff was really in this film. And you have like this story of like why Snape actually did kill Dumbledore in Half Blood Prince, and like we learn some more like learn a little bit about what Snape's connection was with Harry's parents and stuff. Yeah, and we do actually learn like some of the things that we weren't expecting to see that would actually be needed to would be, had to be destroyed in order for Voldemort to be destroyed also. So yeah, definitely like some like good kind of revelations in this film also. And yeah, just like a great film, and yeah, definitely like yeah, the Harry Potter films just ended with a bang. I mean, just a really great film. I would give this film 3.75 stars out of 4. I mean, just a great film right here. So, yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about it, so, yeah, let me just get right into it. Alright, so as I said, the movie basically opens up just like right where the previous film left off, and it showed like Voldemort retrieving the Elder Wand from Dumbledore's grave. And then it shows Dobby fully buried. And then Harry, Ron, Hermione then just asked Griphook to help them break into Gringotts Bank to get into Bellatrix's vault because they feel that there may be a Horcrux in her vault also. And Griphook agrees to help them, but he wants like the Gryffindor sword in exchange for it, or helping. And Mr. Ollivander also told Harry that there were they had two wands that were taken from the Malfoy home, and they belonged to Bellatrix and Malfoy. But it turned out that Malfoy's wand had actually changed its allegiance over to Harry. And then they eventually arrived at Gringotts with Hermione disguised as Bellatrix. And once they get to the vault, Harry discovered that the Horcrux in the vault was actually Helga Hufflepuff's cup. And then, Harry retrieved the cup, but then Griphook just ended up abandoning Harry, Ron, and Hermione with the sword. But Harry, Ron, and Hermione were able to escape the security after releasing the Dragon Guardian and fleeing on the dragon's back. And then Harry had another vision of Voldemort killing the goblins, which included Griphook, and Harry knew that Voldemort was found out about the theft. And then Harry realized that there was another Horcrux at Hogwarts, and it was also had a connection with Rowena Ravenclaw. And then Harry, Ron, and Hermione then apparated into the Hogsmeade village, and then they found Dumbledore's brother, Aberforth. And then Aberforth then had the portrait of their dead sister, Ariana, fetch Neville, and then Neville then led Harry, Ron, Hermione through a passageway to Hogwarts. And then Harry, Ron, Hermione then arrived and reunited with their Gryffindor classmates, or housemates, yeah. And Harry told them why they were back, and that they needed to destroy something that was in the tower. And then Snape then found out about Harry's return, and now Snape is the new headmaster at Hogwarts. And Snape just told all the staff and students at Hogwarts that anybody who aids Harry would receive a punishment. But then Harry, Ron, Hermione arrived with members of the Order of the Phoenix, and Harry confronted Snape about it. And Snape was gonna cast a charm at Harry, but then Professor McGonagall stepped in, and then Professor McGonagall and Snape had a duel. And eventually Snape ended up bailing. And then all of the Slytherin students were against Harry, and then Professor McGonagall just had Filch take the Slytherin students down into the dungeon. And then Harry told Professor McGonagall what he needed, that he just needed time. And so Professor McGonagall and other Order of the Phoenix members just tried to buy Harry as much time as they could, and then they just formed basically a entire army. And Professor McGonagall used a spell to summon some statues used for their army to basically guard Hogwarts. And as Harry was trying to head to the Ravenclaw common room, Ron and Hermione remember Harry destroyed the Tom Riddle diary, which was one of the Horcruxes with a basilisk fang. And so Ron and Hermione then headed down to the Chamber of Secrets to retrieve a basilisk thing to destroy the Horcrux cup. And then Luna Lovegood then just insisted that Harry had to speak to the Ravenclaw ghost, and so Harry went to speak to the Ravenclaw ghost, which was Helena Ravenclaw, who was Rowena's daughter. And Helena just told Harry that Voldemort performed dark magic on her mother's diadem, which was in the Room of Requirement. And then Ron and Hermione then were in the Chamber of Secrets, and then they retrieved a thing from the now completely skeleton basilisk. I mean, yeah, all the basilisk's flesh was just like completely gone. It was just the skeleton in there, and it was still in the same position Harry destroyed it in. Yeah. But yeah, they retrieved a thing, and then Hermione then destroyed the Horcrux cup with the fang. And, yeah, and like the bunch of like water then just like bursted from the chamber after the cup was destroyed. And once Harry arrived in the Room of Requirement, he found the diadem. Malfoy, Goyle, and Blazabany, is that how it's said? Then tried to attack Harry, but then Ron and Hermione intervened and stopped them. And then Goyle ended up casting a Fiend Fire curse. But apparently Goyle was unable to control it, and yeah, the fire just like basically got out of control. Well, and then Goyle just ended up being like swallowed up in the flames and destroyed. But Harry, Ron, and Hermione ended up saving Malfoy and Zabany. And then Harry eventually ended up stabbing the diadem with the fang, and then Ron kicked it back into the Room of Requirement, and it was destroyed. And then Voldemort and the Death Eaters then started the attack on Hogwarts. And then after Harry like looked into Voldemort's mind, Harry like knew that Nagini, who was Voldemort's snake, was the final Horcrux. And then when Ron and Hermione and Harry then went to the Hogwarts boathouse, they then saw that Voldemort was talking with Snape, and Voldemort was telling Snape that the Elder Wand is can't actually serve for Voldemort until Snape dies, since like not Voldemort, Snape was actually the one to kill the previous owner of the Elder Wand, which was obviously Dumbledore. And then Nagini then ended up killing Snape. But before Snape actually died, Snape told Harry that to take his memories to the Pensieve. And apparently during like the whole battle with the Death Eaters, like Fred, Lupin, and the Nymphadora had been killed during the whole chaos. And then as Harry was looking at Snape's memories, Harry like discovered that even though like Snape really hated Harry's father for bullying him, apparently Snape actually did care about Harry's mother. And after Harry's mother died, like Snape apparently like agreed with Dumbledore to protect Harry from Voldemort due to him caring about his mother. And then Harry also discovered that Snape killing Dumbledore was actually a plan by Dumbledore and Snape the whole time. And also he discovered that Patronus charm that he saw in the woods, which led him to the Gryffindor sword, was actually done by Snape. But Harry then eventually also discovered that he actually became a Horcrux himself after the Voldemort trying to kill him when Voldemort killed his parents. And so Harry also had to die in order to destroy the piece of Voldemort's soul in Harry. And so then Harry knew what he had to do, and so Harry went into the Forbidden Forest. And he saw like the other spirits of the people that died for Harry, including his parents and Sirius and Lupin. And then Voldemort then ended up using the killing curse on Harry. But then Harry then just found himself in limbo. And then yeah, Harry like met Dumbledore's spirit. And then Dumbledore then and told Harry that the part of Voldemort inside of Harry had been killed by Voldemort's own curse. Where's he? And then eventually, like, Harry then was just restored into his body. And then Voldemort, who also like had Hagrid held prisoner, or along with the Death Eaters, then and just told all of Hogwarts that Harry was dead. And then Voldemort just demanded that Hogwarts all surrender. And then Malfoy ended up like surrendering for his parents. But then, like, Neville looked like he was going to surrender too, but then Neville defied it. And then Neville ended up drawing the Gryffindor sword from the sorting hat. And then Harry then revealed he was still alive. And so then, and the battle continued between the Death Eaters and all the Hogwarts community. And then, yeah, Harry and Voldemort, of course, were dueling throughout the castle. And then, after Bellatrix tried to attack Ginny, Molly Weasley then and went into a duel with Bellatrix and ended up killing her. And then, as Nagini was going after Ron and Hermione, then Neville ended up decapitating Nagini and killing him. And then, yeah, then that's when Voldemort was completely mortal and all of his Horcruxes were destroyed. And so then Harry and Voldemort were in another dual connection again, but Harry was able to overpower Voldemort and ended up killing Voldemort once and for all. And then, once everything was over, then Harry just told Ron and Hermione that Harry was now recognized by the Elder Wand as its true master, since Harry had disarmed Malfoy away from the wand, and Malfoy also disarmed Dumbledore, who was also the previous owner. But Harry, since the wand was his, Harry could have actually claimed it, but instead Harry just ended up snapping the wand and getting rid of it. And then the film ended with a scene 19 years later with Harry and Ginny now married, and Ron and Hermione also married, and Malfoy also having his own family too. Who, they were now sending their kids to Hogwarts. And it also had the John Williams score playing through the scene that ended the first two films. And yeah, it was great to hear the John Williams score again. I mean, John Williams hadn't composed a Harry Potter film since The Prisoner of Azkaban, and even for this movie, he still wasn't the full composer. Yeah, from Goblet of Fire to this movie, we've all had different composers now, and not John Williams. But yeah, the John Williams score from the first two films, endings, played during this end scene, and it showed Harry and his son, Albus Severus, running through the barrier to platform 9 3/4. And then Albus Severus was then just concerned. He asked Harry what would happen if he would be put in Slytherin, and Harry just told him that he was named after two headmasters of Hogwarts, and one was a Slytherin and was the bravest man Harry's ever known. And he told Albus Severus that if he is put in Slytherin, Slytherin will gain a fabulous young wizard. But if it means that much to him that he can choose Gryffindor, because the Sorting Hat does take his choice into account. And then it just showed them boarding the train, and Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny all watching. And then it just showed the train then taking off, and had that brilliant John Williams piece playing to close out the film, and then it just zoomed in showing Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and just faded to black. Just like it was just the perfect way to end the series. So, yeah, as I said, 3.75 stars out of 4. I mean, yeah, just a really great film, and I really would say it is the best Harry Potter film. Alright, so that does it for review of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, and this does it for these Harry Potter movie reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed these Harry Potter movie reviews. I mean, this is like a really good movie franchise. Yeah, even though, like, as I said, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, and to a degree Half-Blood Prince really, like, weren't really, like, that great. I mean, overall, like, the franchise still, it is, like, really great. And then, yeah, as I said, just, like, they ended perfectly with this ending scene in this movie. But now I've heard, like, well, I haven't heard, I've heard, but yeah, now, like, J.K. Rowling has, like, made another Harry Potter story, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And apparently this is, like, taking place, like, with Harry, like, growing up, and he has the family and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not really sure if this will be made into a film also. It could be, but yeah, we also like have this prequel series going on, starting with like the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And yeah, that's like a 5-film series I've heard. But there's like this cursed child story that's been written, and so yeah, we don't know if like this will be made into another movie. I mean, there are like it's like made into a stage play or something, but yeah, who knows if this will actually be made into a film. I guess time will tell. But yeah, this is like the Harry Potter film series. Like, it is like a really great film series. Alright, so that does it for review of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And ends the my Harry Potter movie review. So I hope you guys enjoyed these reviews, and I may like do another one of these for like this prequel series, like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and the other films like in this prequel series. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I may do that like once all of the films for the series are released, and I can go through them again like I did with these. So yeah, I might do that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these Harry Potter movie reviews. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.